Hey everybody, in this video we'll finally be making some levels. One of the levels will be using some of the stuff already built into Godot, and the other level will be using some assets that we grab online, so stay tuned. Alright, so before we do any actual level creation stuff, what I just want to do really quickly is a few things. I want to add some quit and reset functionality to our game, and I also just want to showcase to you guys some of the different meshes that you can use that come with Godot. So with the inputs, let's head into the project settings and add a new action in the input map. We'll do reset and we'll do quit. Reset, we can do R, and quit, we'll do escape. And then all we want to do is head in the level manager. And this could probably also be done in the player too, but I just like to do it in the level manager. And then we'll do unhandled input. And so this is just going to check for our input. And we'll say if event, because it's looking for an event, dot is action pressed, quit. Then we can do get tree dot quit, and then we'll do if event dot is action pressed reset. We can do get tree dot reload current scene, and there we go. Now if we play, if I press R, it'll reset it for us, and if I press escape, it'll quit. Awesome. And so now I just want to talk to you guys about a few of the mesh options we have that come with Godot, just in case. In a second, I'm going to show you guys how to use like a level pack that you can like find online or whatever, a mesh pack. But some of you guys might not want to do that or whatever. So here's a few solutions that you guys can use for meshes. So in our environment in the level, I'll just add a new node 3D. And we'll just call it like platforms or something, that's fine. Or like meshes or, you know, something like that. And the first thing I want to show is something that we've been using a lot, and that's the CSG mesh. And the CSG mesh, it just comes with some basic meshes that you can use, you know, a capsule, a prism, stuff like that. You just want to make sure, and this goes with everything that we're going to do, we got to make sure that we're turning on collision. Because if we don't, let's say I put this on here, press play, no collision, we run into it. So we got to make sure that we turn that on. So yeah, that's the CSG mesh. We can call that like simple mesh or whatever, something like that. Just a collection of a few basic meshes we can use with some options. Now, some of the other cool ones are what we are going to talk about. So if you look up polygon, what you'll find is CSG polygon 3D. And with this polygon, we have a few different modes. And with those modes, we can do a few different things. So right now we're in depth. And the polygon part comes with these points that we can mess around with, kind of being a polygon. And we can also add some extra points if we want, you know what I mean? Turn it into a five-sided polygon. And you'll notice that our polygon is kind of thick. So we can mess around with the thickness with our depth parameter. Check that out. So this one's pretty cool. You can make some pretty funky shapes with your imagination. So we can just call this one like polygon mesh or something. And the next one with our other modes that we have is the spin. And if you can kind of imagine this one, it's like a almost like if you have like used clay or something, like it's like a clay spinning pot sort of deal. So what you can do is you can mess around with your polygon still, but it'll kind of spin it around in a 360-degree angle for us. And we can add more sides, kind of smoothing it out. And we can even decide whether we want to make it a 360 or not, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this one's really cool. I can imagine making like platforms and stuff for this. Very nice. And we'll just call this one like spin mesh. And the final one that we can use is the path. And the path is really cool. Let's just use a path 3D, which is a separate node, and it'll kind of make a polygon that follows that. So let's go ahead and add one more polygon. We will do path, but we don't have a path to follow yet, right? So we got to make one of those. So we'll go to platforms, and we'll look up path 3D. And so now with that, we can just go ahead and add some points to our curve that it comes with. So we'll do points, add element. The first one I always like to do, just have it start at 0. So it's kind of like our origin. But the next one, we could do like 5, 10. And I typically don't like to start with the Y yet because that'll mess with like the elevation. So I just kind of like to get a shape down first. We'll add one more and we'll do like 10, I don't know, 14, something like that. So now we have our little trail, our little path. So what we can do is, and you'll see this caution it's giving us, it's saying we have an empty shape. So let's do that. We have our path node that we can assign. Now we have the only path that we can use. And there we go. Now it's following it. But what you'll notice is it's kind of not following, like the path isn't, or the shape isn't on top of the path. So we need to do a few things. We need to first reset the transform. And we can go ahead and make it a child of our path. And then finally, you'll notice if we move it around, it'll get kind of displaced a little bit. So what we need to do is go into our polygon and just do path local. And so it should be fixed. And let me make sure. Yep, this is not correct. So let's just reset that. So that should be good now. And you can either have the path itself be the parent, or what I like to do is just do reparent to new node 3D, and we can call this just like path mesh. And so now we have all of our different meshes. So yeah, these are some of the basic ones that you can use. You can kind of use your imagination to make some cool stuff. But yeah, before we get started with the level creation, what I want to talk about first is just what you can do to make your levels. And what we do now is we head into our levels, and we can just change the name of our level 1 to something like level template or something, right? And we will also do that for this itself, the base node. And now we can save it. So it's called level template, right? And now all we need to do is Control D to duplicate. Let's make sure that we have this clicked and highlighted. Control D to duplicate. And we can just go ahead and call it like level 1 or something. Click on it. And there we go. Now we can go ahead and get started. And so now I would suggest, kind of cleaning this up, kind of making things kind of organized. So then when you want to make a new level, you just duplicate the level template, give it a underscore and whatever level it is. And then, yeah, you're ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is put a little graphic of just a little level design that I made. And we'll do a little time lapse of me making that level. And then after that, I'm going to show you guys like a little level pack that you can use, or a mesh pack. And we'll make another level with that. So yeah. All right, and there we have it. This is our basic level. And in the next part, we will show you how to do the mesh level. And by the way, I showed my drawing, but when you actually work in level, you might want to work in 3 dimensions. So think about it. Okay, guys. So to get started with the pre-built mesh level, I'm just going to use this website, uh, kenny.nl, and I'm going to be using this platformer kit. But this Kenny NL website is just great for like beginning projects like this, or prototypes, or game jams. If you head over to the assets, there's all different kinds of 2D, 3D, UI stuff, textures, just lots of great free assets. All these are free for you to use. But anyways, let's head back, and once you're ready to download it, you're just gonna click on download, and it's gonna give you a zip file. Um, and it's gonna contain all this stuff right here. I have it pulled up right here. But anyways, we're gonna head up back to our projects. I'm gonna go to the art folder, create a new folder. We can just call it like Kenny or something like that. That's fine. And then what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna actually right click on Kenny, do open in file manager. And then what we're going to do is we are just going to take our Kenny, go to models. I like GLB format. That's my preferred one, but OBJ and FBX also work. But anyways, I'm just going to click on it, copy it, paste it in here. And then once we head back in, it'll start loading it in for us. It's got to like convert it to like, Godot version. And then we should be good to go with that. But one thing you'll notice is if you try and drag in something, like let's do like this barrel for instance, and if we press play, or excuse me, let me open the level itself. We'll actually go through it, and that's because if we double click on the barrel, it doesn't have any collision. So what we need to do is we need to go to our meshes, barrel, and then actually we need to go to our scene barrel right here, and then it'll say physics. We just do on for that. Make sure we re-import. I'm just going to delete this one just in case. And then we'll just re-drag it. And now if we try, now it has collision. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to do another time lapse. But this time we'll use these pre-built meshes. And it should be pretty fun. All right, guys, and there we have it. I just wanted to showcase this little barrel spinner thing I made. It just rotates, spins, and kills. I just called it a death spinner, and it has a barrel with a rotation component and a spike with a death area attached to it. And yeah, that's about it. Anyways, in the next episode, what we'll be doing is it's more of an optional episode, but it's how to create some of your own stuff in Blender, and how to convert it over to Godot. It won't be quite as like in depth or crazy as this episode, but yeah, it'll just give you a few pointers on how to do it in Blender because I know some of you guys have an interest in that as well. So stay tuned.